What's up guys, Kenan here, and this is a super important episode on our bike fit playlist because I did make a huge, in my opinion, mistake, and I'm gonna share with you what I did wrong because my pedaling efficiency and power output now should be way better than it was before, just because I did one thing in a very wrong way. So let me just tell you a short story of what happened here. Now I'm not a newbie, I'm really experienced in racing and training, so I'm doing all the bike fit for myself. That's why I'm putting here the playlist on bike fit. And so I'm using this Cat 10 bike from November last year, so it's around what, like 9 months or so, and my Killer V from June last year, so it's around a year now. And I did all the bike fit for myself. Of course, the saddle height, the position, fore-aft position, and the angle I've been changing, and I changed this, the stem length and the height of my handlebars and everything on both bikes. And it feels just all right with my Canon Killer, but not quite right with my Canon Cat 10. Something didn't really feel well because I wasn't able to find the right height for my saddle. Now, I'm now on the phase of my bike fit where my body tells me what should I change, because like the starting position I already made, and now I'm changing all the things. Like I changed like the stem length because it feels now better. But here I have the saddle height of 75 centimeters for my Killer, and I was starting with the same 75 here. Of course, I'm having 172.5 millimeters of the length of my crank instead of 175 on MTB, but starting position was the same. But I was really searching for some higher saddle position, and now I was going like 2 millimeters up and 2 up, and now I'm like at 75.6, so around 6 millimeters higher than on my Killer. And I still felt on longer rides that I really wanted to stretch my legs. They really want to be stretched more when I'm riding on this bike. Is it the length of the crank arms? No, it's one thing I did wrong, and it's the pedals I assembled to the bike. Now, this is maybe nothing new to the cyclist, but also there's not so much research on the internet, in the books, about this one little measurement that I missed here. And this video will be especially helpful for guys who have like 2 bikes and buy like one nice pair of clipless pedals for one bike and say, oh, I have these old ones here, so I'm gonna just assemble them to my training bike, because Canada is my training bike. I'm racing in cross country. What's the measurement that is super wrong here on my pedals? It's the thickness of the pedal, or so-called stack of the pedal, or you can also find it as stack height of the pedal. What it means, when I measure here, the thickness of this pedal it's super thick. This is some old Shimano M515. As you can see, it has like 23 millimeters of the thickness. And also the cleat will be thick like maybe 1 millimeter thicker than the ones I have on my Killer. Here I have Shimano M520, and the pedals themselves are like 4 millimeters thinner, and the cleat is like 1 millimeter thinner, so it makes 5 millimeters of a difference. Why does it really matter? It matters because half of this measurement, which is here like 23 millimeters, plus the cleat, that will be here like around 6 millimeters, that gives us 29 millimeters of the thickness, and then half of it will be let's say just like roughly 15 millimeters. It will be 14.5, let's say 15 millimeters. That's the distance between the center of the axle to my shoe. So that's 15 millimeters. Why does it matter? It does matter because this measurement shortens the crank arm on the bottom of the pedal stroke and adds up those 15 or 14.5 millimeters on the top of the pedal stroke, and it means a lot. It means really a whole world for myself in terms of the efficiency and how I felt. I felt like I want to go up with the saddle, but wasn't really able to find the right saddle height. Now I know what's different. If we look at some other pedals, like I did have those, but I didn't want to buy like new road shoes just now. I wanted to invest in some other components, and I didn't use those. Look at the difference of those two. Here, the cleat and the thickness of the pedal from the center of the axle is like 14.5 millimeters, right? It's this one here with the cleat. And here, the thickness of the pedal will be, you know how much? It will be way thinner. It has like 9 millimeters plus the cleat, but the construction of the cleat is also made that it's super thin here, because it does clip in here, down here and down there. So this stack of this pedal will be like half of this one. So it does change a lot for myself. And why is it so? As you can see, it shortens this phase of pedaling, especially here. It shortens this phase of pedaling when I'm really putting a lot of power output with the efficiency, and it makes the travel of my legs longer here. When I'm not really pedaling that much, I'm just pushing a little bit for some better pedaling efficiency, and that's it. So I'm trying to exaggerate. So if this platform was like much thicker, my pedaling looks like this. I'm pushing just a bit and then going a lot of travel up here. So that's what really does matter. And I didn't find many informations about the pedal stack on the internet, but most of the manufacturers will tell you what's the stack of different pedals. Like Shimano tells you with the Dura-Ace and the XT and XTR that the spindle, the axle of the pedal is really thin, and the platform is really like low profile. Here you can see also that time is like super thin. These look Keo Power are thicker. This one is really thin. And what manufacturers tells us, they usually mention that we have better power transfer on the thinner profile, lower profile, and Shimano also says better stability. I don't understand fully what better stability means, but my body told me very clearly. Then I want to go further down, and not necessarily by simply making my saddle, putting my saddle on the higher position. So that's something I wanted to share with you, because those have to go, just, you know, go away. I'm not gonna use those anymore, so probably I will just invest in road specific shoes and put my times back here. And on one of the future episodes, I'm gonna also tell you about at least three important factors of clipless pedals that we should know before we buy them. So it's maybe not a revelation for me, but it will change a lot in terms of my training, as I'm training a lot on my Kendall Cat 10. If you have like some further information you maybe found on some interesting website, let me know, and also let me know what do you feel when you change between different pedals, and what experience you have in this pattern. So I feel much lighter confessing this cycling sin to you guys, and give me some thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.